very dangerous world. That is, it's an unfortunate reality, and there's a lot that we need to do, and there's a lot that we must do. First and foremost, we need to secure the border. The border has been politicized endlessly. The reality is that it is a national security priority. We absolutely have to address that situation, and which will probably or possibly be a whole question in and of itself. Second is supporting our law enforcement, federal, state, and local. And it is a joint effort, believe me. Public safety on the local level, national security from the federal perspective, and everything in between. The first responders to the San Bernardino shooting were the local police. National security is federal, state, and local. And with all the budget cuts that we've seen far too often, it's been law enforcement and, unfortunately, the local police officers that have been the low-hanging fruit that have taken the brunt of that, and that needs to change. Third, we need a foreign policy that is based on facts and logic and not on political correctness, and that is not what we have seen in recent years. Our foreign policy has been a disaster, and I think most reasonable people would agree with that. There have been red lines drawn that have been crossed and unenforced, which is the worst thing you can do, is draw a line and then not enforce it, because you see all the provocation that's going on around the world with Russia, with China, with North Korea, with Iran. Those are the consequences of projecting weakness in the world. When you project weakness, you invite provocation like that. And lastly, we need to build our military back. Our military spending, quite frankly, is anemic right now. I believe the last stats were 4% of our GDP is spent on military spending. That puts us roughly 28th in the world. That's not good. And it's also a national security issue as far as I'm concerned.